Hi, I'm Natalie Jones. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
how you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you. All right, thank you for coming in for the interview. Just have some brief questions for you, and then we're going to see if you fit the job, if you're suitable for it. Okay, so first off, let's start with how would you describe yourself as a person, and what are some moments in your life that helped shape you?
I would describe myself as an independent, organized person who likes the animals and earth, and I have a good sense of humor. I'm open to new experiences as long as there's no risk of bodily harm. And a few things that helped shape my life are that I'm an only child. I played multiple sports growing up with my father coaching my soccer team for 10 years. I have a very strong and confident mother and a successful job, and she's taught me the confidence that I need to exude when I might not have it.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Number two, what are qualities and abilities that you have that would complement this position?
Abilities and qualities that I possess that will complement this position if I'm given the opportunity include communication and organizational skills, PowerPoint creation, note-taking and listening skills that allow me to learn and organize information, and the fact that I equally enjoy working within a team or by myself.
Okay. What would be a weakness of yours, and what are you doing to overcome it?
So a weakness of mine that I have is indecisiveness, and due to growing up without siblings, I spent a lot of time with myself and constantly compared myself to what I could or couldn't do because I had little other examples similar to myself. And to improve this, I need to increase my trust and confidence in myself because I tend to overthink the possibilities of my other options and their outcomes. And by reminding myself to take a step back and that my brain tends to increase the seriousness of situations, I think that I'll be able to arrive at a decision in a more timely manner.
Okay, all right. All right, next would be describe a person that irritates you. Now, how would you handle it if you were assigned to work with that particular person?
It's hard for a specific person to come to my mind, but when someone's constantly spreading around negative information that shows someone in not a favorable way, or someone that's incapable of confrontation, I find it becomes a little difficult to work with them. And I have to make sure that I'm communicating everything with this person so that no information is missed and everything is crystal clear. And if I heard any negative comments, then I would immediately say that I wish to not hear those type of comments, and that if the person heard that, they probably wouldn't feel too good about themselves or towards the person who made the comment.
Okay, all right. What would you do on your first day if we hired you?
If given this opportunity, upon arriving on my first day, I would be sure to greet the front desk manager and then ask them or my immediate supervisor what I should be aware of as my first priority. And then I would make sure to take notes and ask questions at the appropriate times during explanations or demonstrations. And I would make a point to have the office etiquette explained in detail to me so that I won't draw any unwanted attention resulting in negative judgments or step on anyone's toes.
Okay, all right. If you had to live your life over again, what is one thing that you would change?
If I had the ability to live my life over again and I could change anything, it would be the fact that I have no siblings and I wish that I could grow up with at least one. I feel that if I hadn't been so far from others near my age I would be a little bit less introverted. And I also think that if I wasn't an only child, my decisiveness would increase due to whatever reason. I feel I would feel lonely often when I was growing up because I was only around my parents or by myself most of the time. I enjoy spending time with my parents, but being around kids your own age is different.
All right. Why our organization? What about our organization or this job appealed to you?
I want to help the Girl Scouts with their mission of specifically expanding girls' access to outdoor exploration. When I was in Girl Scouts, I remember really enjoying our troop camping trips and bonding with my troop while in nature created lasting memories for me. I also want to be a part of the Girl Scouts because I agree with the importance they place on teaching financial literacy and business skills to young women.
What do you know about this position?
According to the job announcement posted on LinkedIn, I will be able to gain exposure and hands-on experience in all aspects of human resources, including general clerical duties, recruitment benefits, training, and human resources information systems. If I get this opportunity, then I can expect to work up to 37 and a half hours a week.
Okay. What are your previous experiences working with nonprofits or Girl Scouts, and how will this translate to to this internship?
So some experience that I have with Girl Scouts and also sports teams growing up, I played important leadership roles on, and my experiences allow me to connect well with those younger than me. When I was a Girl Scout, I spent multiple years in it, and we did the camping trips, all of the bonding activities, like the rope course, and I was a Sunday school assistant for 3 years and then a Sunday school teacher for 2, which taught me how to interact with those younger when they see you as an authority figure. And that I lasted about from 6th grade up until right before the pandemic hit, middle of high school. And my father and I volunteer at a Lost Dog and Cat Rescue Foundation animal shelter.
Okay. Describe a situation in which you had trouble completing a task, and how were you able to complete it successfully?
So this past summer I worked as a dog walker, and when I was walking a dog, we were approached by another dog who was extremely aggressive towards its owner and us, me and the other dog that I was responsible for. And the owner was doing nothing to control it and just walking directly toward me and my client's dog, who was under my responsibility. And I knew that the owner wasn't going to do anything but continue walking towards us. So I made sure she heard me when I said, I don't know how the dog that I'm taking care of will react to the aggressive behaviors that your dog is exhibiting, but can you please keep your distance for the dogs and our safety? And I had to remember what I was taught regarding what to do when approached by an aggressive dog with little exits available, and made sure to stand between the aggressive dog and my responsibility as we passed on the path as far away from each other as we could.
All right. Describe your biggest work failure and how you handled it.
As a high schooler, I worked as a lifeguard for a summer, but because I was one of the younger, less experienced lifeguards, my managers would schedule me so that I'd be working almost 50 hours a week, with some shifts starting at 5:30 in the morning and others not ending until after 11 at night. And I would also be getting the minimum amount of breaks compared to others working, and they were constantly setting things up so they would get the least amount of work and most downtime. But I enjoyed the job, so I wasn't too upset about it, because I got to be surrounded by kids outside and they were happily playing. But I didn't stand up and advocate for myself loud enough and say the amount of hours I worked and work I was doing seemed unfair compared to other staff members. If I experience this in the future, then I will make sure to make a point to ask for clarity on the imbalance felt between the newer staff compared to the rest of staff, being aware of the way I come across in my emotions.
All right. We have a diverse workplace, clientele, and workforce. Please describe how you relate with diverse populations.
I enjoy working within groups of varying experience levels and backgrounds because it allows us the best chance at successfully completing our task with different strengths and viewpoints. Diverse populations are important to have in a workplace so that one bias doesn't overtake everything and allows for different approaches and solutions to be offered.
All right. And lastly, in the past year, what makes you most proud?
In the past year, I've been able to advocate for my own health and take actions previously I felt that I couldn't. I was diagnosed with ADHD around a year ago and regularly see a neuroscientist and therapist in order to best be equipped with the tools that will allow me to be as successful as possible. I advocated for myself to receive accommodations through ODS for my ADHD, and the accommodation was able to provide me with the correct testing environment and time restraints. And because I acted and advocated for my accommodations, my grades and stress levels saw improvements.
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.